Perez Hilton is going toe-to-toe with Blake Lively, and it's getting messy. Let's get into it. Let me start off by saying this man is so funny. The way he went at Blake was hilarious. And he didn't just go after Blake. He went after Ezra, Judge Lyman. We love it. We love all. First, he sent a letter to Judge Lyman letting him know that he filed in Nevada for the motion to quash. To which he said, quote, "It is my immense pleasure that this will all be decided in Nevada and not in your court, where, in my opinion, you have shown clear bias in favor of the defendant and have ruled in a manner that is shameful and of great concern to the public." Spatula drop. Oh, yes, he did have a little fumble there. It's supposed to be plaintiff, not the defendant. But hey, we get the point. By far my favorite part, he ends it with, XOXO. Mario. Oh, he wasn't done yet. He emailed all of the lawyers to also let them know that, hey, he filed the motion in Nevada. And this is what he had to say. Quote, "I would also like to thank Mr. Gottlieb for bringing me up to Judge Lyman at the hearing yesterday. I am flattered that you all think I played such a pivotal part in a non-existent smear campaign you have accused Justin Baldoni and the Wayfair parties of orchestrating against zero-time Oscar-nominated Blake Lively." The way Blake probably threw a fit when she heard about this. What do you mean? Zero-time Oscar nominated. Watch the Oscars this year. Blake is nominated for Another Simple Favor. But I love how he ends it. Thankfully, Judge Lyman will not get to rule on this. Have a wonderful day. XOXO Perez. I was laughing so hard last night reading these. These were hilarious. And then he emails them again. He says, "Hey, cuties. Just wanted to let you know that my motion to quash your unenforceable subpoena has been ingested, docketed, and updated." The ending of this one took me out. He says, "Have a super duper weekend. I am super proud of all of you and the millions you've been grifting off of Ryan Reynolds' bank account. Keep up the mediocre work." You need an award for this. Speaking of Ryan Reynolds, and this is just a little sidebar. Remember yesterday when I posted about Blake Lively and a fly landed on the spatula? And I said, quote, "Even the fly can smell shit when it hears it." Tell me why today Ryan is posting this picture on his Instagram story and it says horse shit. I'm just saying. This is the third coincidence. First it was my judge thing. Then it was the bedazzling. Now it's shit. I'm just saying. Hi, Ryan. Perez hit a nerve because now Blake respectfully is asking the court to deny his motion for a protection order. She continued and said, "He's created more than 500 pieces of video content about me." Okay, you're a celebrity. Duh. I don't know what kind of treatment she's expecting. Actually, this helps you because if we weren't talking about you, you'd be irrelevant. She even goes on to mention how he describes himself as an original influencer. That's a bad thing. Quote, "He has declared Miss Lively's allegations of retaliation non-existent and labeled Miss Lively a bully who lies and is trying to silence Justin Baldoni." I don't see any lies detected. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot. Blake describes herself as ball busting, but that's not SH. Okay. Blake is also the one that has admitted to grabbing her co-star that was completely off script and then squeezing as hard as she could. That's SH and SA. But we don't want to talk about that, do we, Blake? Blake goes on to state that Mr. Hilton filing the motion in response to the subpoena seeking a protective order would require Ms. Lively to seek permission to serve any further third-party subpoena. Yeah, that's why we're doing it, Blake. Duh. At this point, she's basically admitting that she knows the truth, but is purposely and actively trying to gaslight everyone into believing her. Believe me, bruh. Just because I said so, bruh. No. First, the number was 500. Then she jumps it up. It's more than 540. So there's more than 540 videos. Blake, you went after normal citizens. I don't care how many videos they make about you. You're not the only person people talk about. There are literally accounts that just talk crap on Gypsy Rose, just talk crap on Donald Trump. So you're not immune to this. It comes with the territory. It's the same thing as if you decided to live in a small town. Guess what? everybody knows your business and everybody knows everybody. It's how the world works. Get over it. Okay, well, now it changes again. It's 500 videos, 400 headlines, and hundreds of other comments. I love how she can't keep a single fact straight. Like, do you even remember what this lawsuit is about? SH. You gonna talk about that? Anytime? We're waiting. Then she goes on to try to use this against Perez. He says in all of his videos, he's the #1 source for all things It Ends With a Saga. Blake, I know you're old, but in content creating and in the internet, you have to have what's called hooks. You have to grab the viewer's attention. So you have to have something to say that reels them in. She goes on to list a few of the titles of his videos. And again, showing how old she is because she doesn't understand the internet. You have to have a good title that is a hook to reel the audience in. I know. Ask Ryan. He'll be able to explain it a little bit to you. I know he has some understanding, but he's really old too, so he might not understand fully. He knows at least what Taylor Swift taught him of Easter eggs. Blake is mad at all the nicknames we've come up for her, like Blackface Blake, Lying Lively. I'm not even going to say the other one. I'm sorry, I can't. Listen, Big Bird Blake, I didn't come up with this one. That was my friend Lynn, which you all should go check out. But you're not going to get mad at people for coming up with nicknames for you when your husband made nice pool. I mean, come on. Subpoena Serena goes on. She's upset that we state quotes like, I am team the truth. I believe Justin. Why are you mad about that, Blake? Bully Blake. Quote, while Ms. Nathan has produced some heavily redacted text conversations regarding contact with content creators, she has not produced any communications with Mr. Hilton. I call BS because you never answered anyone's questions if you had text messages. When I asked you, why are you subpoenaing me? Why do you want my data? You would have said, oh, well, we have text messages. But you didn't, because you don't. When I saw this part in the document, I immediately thought, yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. The final nail in the coffin, quote, in the event the court grants Ms. Lively's cross motion to compel, it should order Mr. Hilton to pay the attorney fees required to compel such discovery. I'm not sure if you've been around horseshit for too long that it's rotted your brain, but asking content creators to pay your attorney fees is not a good look. I don't know who keeps telling you to do this, but you need to not listen to them. You need to leave immediately. I'm sorry, but if Justin was this horrible person, Blake would be solely focused on, he did this to me and this is what he did. And then she'd be having all those co-stars that she's been talking about going and making their rounds and being like, yeah, this is what I had to deal with. The set was awful. Like basically their own quiet on set documentary about their time on It Ends With Us. Is that happening? No. The only focus is this smear campaign. But guess what? The smear campaign isn't a smear campaign. It's the backlash to Ryan's marketing for a DV movie that Blake started. It's not rocket science. I'm not sure how many people you want to pay to get the same answer, but I could save you a lot of money if you would just listen. What do you guys think, though? And is there anything Blake can do to redeem herself? As always, this is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt and follow me for more.